Okay, we will call the Appointments Committee to order. We'll follow through on the long sheets. There aren't that many positions that we need to deal with. We're not naming people to it, we're just dealing with the chair and vice chair here. And the usual process will prevail. Nominations for Chair of Community and Infrastructure Services. Councillor Fernandez? Oh, hang on, this isn't even on. Where's my mouse? Okay, go ahead.
I'm not making a nomination, I just wanted to make a comment. I'm not presupposing what the outcome is going to be for any of these. Two things I noticed is that we've got all these recommendations from these different boards, and so as I'm looking through almost 60 pages, I have to wonder, why are we given all of these pages to read if the boards are already pre-deciding to some extent who they want to sit on their board, which leaves no opportunity for really for discussion. I also want to declare a pecuniary interest on the Kitchener Housing Board, as I know one of the candidates, and I don't want to be looked as if I'm creating favoritism. So I just want to make sure I stay out of that one.
Is this a relative you're talking about? Or?
No, it's. I don't have to. Okay, yeah. I just wanted to make sure. Okay, yeah, well, I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't challenged on that.
The conflict of interest is pecuniary conflict of interest. That's under the Municipal Act.
Yeah, okay. The other comment I wanted to make is I've seen this happen now that this is our third year in term. Fourth year already, yes, I apologize. That the same people get on these committees. And I think that really what we should be doing is should not be a full 4-year term as a chair on a committee. I think that the first year as a chair, then you have your vice chair. It should be flipping every 2 years. I don't see the rationale. We all want to learn. We all want to have an opportunity to sit as a vice and a chair, and it shouldn't be a given that because of discussions behind closed doors and commitments and that you're automatically going to be chair. I realize we do a voting process, but I think we all know exactly what I'm talking about. So I just want to be open and transparent. I think that there should be an opportunity for vices to move into chair positions and chairs to relinquish their chair so that others can have an opportunity.
Okay, so noted. And in the first question about the number of applications and so on, why are we getting them? Well, it's because it's fully transparent and that is the process. Councillor Galloway-Seelock?
I'm just ready to nominate.
Okay. Nominations for CIS. For chair.
I nominate Councillor Bill Ioannidis.
Any other nominations? Councillor Yanetsky?
Yes, I nominate Councillor Fernandez.
Sorry?
I nominate Councillor Fernandez.
Okay. Sure. Councillor Gazzola?
My nomination's already been put forward.
All right. Any further nominations? Seeing none, we will vote. This is for chair of CIS.
Glenn Graham votes for Fernandez. Gazzola, Fernandez. Ioannidis. Yanetsky, Fernandez. Fernandez. Zaire, Ioannidis. Galloway-Seelock, Ioannidis. Davey, Ioannidis. Verbanovic, Ioannidis. Etherington, Ioannidis. Singh, Ioannidis.
Okay, Vice Chair for Community Infrastructure Services. That is obviously Bill Ioannidis. Councillor Singh. Since we're just naming names, are we okay without using the microphones here? Okay with that? Well, oh, are we? Is this being webcast? Okay, then we need to use the microphone system. Councillor Singh.
Yes, I'll nominate Councillor Etherington.
Okay. Councillor Gazzola.
I nominate Councillor Fernandez.
I see no others. Vote for Vice Chair, Community Infrastructure Services.
Just gotta use first names.
Gazzola votes for Fernandez. Glenn Graham, Fernandez. Ioannidis, Etherington. Yanetsky, Fernandez. Fernandez, Fernandez. Zaire, Etherington. Davy, Etherington. Singh, Etherington. Galloway, Seelock, Etherington. Verbanovic, Etherington. Etherington, Etherington.
Okay, we'll move on to Finance and Corporate Services Chair. Councillor Verbanovic.
Councillor Davy.
Councillor Fernandez.
I'll move Councillor Gazzola.
Okay. There are no others. This is a vote for Chair of Finance and Corporate Services.
Gazzola votes for Gazzola. Glenn Graham, Gazzola. Ioannidis, Davy. Yanetsky, Gazzola. Fernandez, Gazzola. Zaire, Davy. Galloway, Seelock, Davy. Davy, Davy. Etherington, Davy. Singh, Davy. Verbanovic, Davy.
Okay. Now voting, nominating for Vice Chair for FNCS. Councillor, got 5 nominators so far. Councillor Verbanovic.
I'll move Councillor Singh.
Okay. Councillor Glenn Graham.
I nominate Councillor Gazzola.
I have no other nominators. We are now voting for Vice Chair of FNCS.
Yanetsky votes for Gazzola. Ioannidis, Singh. Fernandez, Gazzola. Zaire, Singh. Galloway Seelock Singh, Davy Singh, Verbanovic Singh, Etherington Singh, Singh, Glenn Graham Gazzola, Gazzola.
Okay, we will now move to planning and strategic initiatives. Nominations for chair. Councillor Gazzola.
I nominate Councillor Yanetsky.
Okay. Councillor Galloway Seelock.
I nominate Councillor Verbanovic.
There are no other nominations. There are 2 nominees for chair of PSI.
Glenn Graham votes for Yanetsky. Gazzola, Yanetsky. Ioannidis, Verbanovic. Yanetsky. Fernandez, Yanetsky. Zaire, Verbanovic. Verbanovic. Davy, Verbanovic. Galloway Seelock, Verbanovic. Singh, Verbanovic. Etherington, Verbanovic.
Okay, this is now for vice chair of PSI. Councillor Verbanovic.
I'll nominate Councillor Galloway Seelock.
Councillor Gazzola.
I nominate Councillor Yanetsky.
There are no further nominations. Now vote for vice chair.
Glenn Graham votes for Yanetsky. Gazzola, Yanetsky. Ioannidis, Galloway Seelock. Fernandez, Yanetsky. Davy, Galloway Seelock. Galloway Seelock. Etherington, Galloway Seelock. Singh, Galloway Seelock. Verbanovic, Galloway Seelock. Zaire, Galloway Seelock.
Okay. We now move to Center of the Square Board of Directors, and there is a letter. We had talked about this earlier this fall as well. The nominations, to look at this myself. Being put forward by the Symphony, not the, I'm just reading the letter. It was Quag and Symphony representatives. So Marcus Schatz and Carol Lehman and Bruce Gordon. Okay. Sorry. Was there one? Are there the 3 here? I'm just reflecting on this. We've got 2 letters. And, the community appointment, sorry. There's one community appointment, which is The board wishes to recommend Sandra Delamere as the community appointment. Got that right. And I'm just at a bit of a loss here. I thought I had the numbers in my head. How many are we voting for here? 4? Okay, including the 2 fundraising reps, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
So there's a 1-year extension for Marcus Shantz on the Board of Directors, then the appointment of Carol Lehman and Bruce Gordon as fundraising appointments, and then Sandra Delamere as a community appointment.
Got it. Okay, that's right. Okay. Okay, the nominations. Councillor Fernandez.
Thank you. I looked everywhere for Carol Lehman and Bruce Gordon's applications, and I didn't see any. Is that because they weren't there, or?
Well, this is where I was a little confused, because I think that the bylaws actually, the latest bylaw related to the additions, there were 2 appointments that were made by the board, and these are simply as ratification by council. So there were 2 specific roles. When the board was increased in number to its current number, it was there were 2 positions that were there for fundraising, and they were appointed by the board. I beg your pardon? Yes, similar to, yes, you're right. On the long sheet, 2 fundraising reps and the symphony and the art gallery rep, those were the automatic. The 2 are automatic by those 2 organizations, and the fundraising reps were appointed by the board for ratification here.
Okay.
So
Well, I just don't. To me, that's not very transparent. If we're talking about being transparent, we've got all these other applications, and we want to discuss it. How can we be transparent if we don't have any background on these 2 people? Did we have background on them at some point in time?
We're not voting on those 2 people. That's the point that's being made. They are appointed by the board for those 2, for that singular purpose,
So
fundraising.
previously, David and Tim, we did not vote them in, ever?
That's not ever. They changed over the period of time. They were the last appointment. Yes, for those 2 would have been in that regard. Earlier on, it was during the last period, I believe, that at the beginning of this last 3 or 4 year term, and I'm sorry I don't recall that one, was the would have been 3 by according to the top of the 3 years for citizens. That David Strook, as an example, previously was a citizen, but then we changed the bylaw so the fundraising reps were appointed by the board, and Tim was the same way.
Okay, so they're already sitting on the board, these 2, Carol and Bruce?
No, they're not.
Okay. I just personally can't support something that I have absolutely no idea of who these people are, what their backgrounds are, where they came from. So my other question is, how can we put forward a nomination for Sandra Delamere when she couldn't even stay on the board of directors for the Kitchener Symphony, and now she wants to be on the Centre in the Square board?
No, that wasn't the reason for her resignation.
Well, I mean, she resigned, but now she wants to sit on the board of directors. Again, that doesn't make any sense to me. If you can't stay on one board, then you need to stay on the other.
It's not about not being able to. She found herself in a conflict position in terms of being the symphony's representative, and felt she could not represent the symphony on the Centre of the Square board. Resigned that position to the symphony, not to the Centre of the Square board.
She was the representative.
And she resigned as the symphony's representative. So she gave her resignation to the symphony board.
Right. Well, is it possible for us to put new people forward?
Yes.
Okay. Then as the community representative, I put Brittany Sandy forward, number 50.
Brittany
And
Sandy? Is that correct? Brittany Sandy?
Yeah, I think that was what I wrote down, Sandie.
Yes, okay.
And for fundraiser, Christian Snyder, 56, and Paula Hutchinson.
To be clear, we're not appointing fundraising reps.
All right. Well, I'll put Brittany forward for the community rep.
Okay. Councillor Gazzola, you're next in line.
I wanted to talk to, was always my understanding that the board, as do a number of other boards, make suggestions to council, as they have in this case. And it is up to council to ratify them, but also, if council doesn't want to go with those names, that other names are put forward. So those, even though the boards have nominated those people, and they are, in their concern, they're the ones that they feel would best fit, the council here still has the right to put other names forward and not take the advice of the board.
And that is the case for normal citizen representatives. I'm going to ask for clerk staff here to go back to what I had said initially. Was I correct in stating that the bylaws had been changed so that the 2 fundraising reps were appointed directly by the board? Do you have that information? I'm looking to any one of the 3 of you. Okay? This sheet does not specifically state that. That is my understanding. I stand to be corrected, but that was my understanding. Councillor Verbanovich?
There, I do recall when this happened at the Center in the Square, as I used to sit on it before, and the rationale behind the fundraising reps, as I recall it, was the board felt at the time that they needed to be able to appoint a couple people that are particularly strong in fundraising and can help the board in their work. And those 2 people also did not have the residency requirement or the normal requirement that happens with all the other positions, is my recollection of the time. I think the other thing to keep in mind, just further to what Councillor Gazzola was saying earlier, it's true council does have the prerogative of changing up any of the recommendations from the boards, but I know this board and the library and others try to look at the skill sets that they have on the board and try to make sure that they fill in the blanks with the skill sets the board thinks they particularly need at this point in time. And while we do have the prerogative to make changes, I think we should strongly consider those recommendations.
Can you push your button, please?
I'm not arguing with what Councillor Brbanovic is saying. I'm not opposed to that. But in those are the rules. The council here does have the final say on all of it. And then, just for history's sake, in the past, there have been occasions where other names have been put forward, even though the boards have put forward names. The other one
that's true.
That has happened. The other agency, the other board we have is Kitchener Housing that operates in the same fashion as this.
Okay, at this point in time, for the citizen representative, we have Brittany Sandy. Other nominations, Councillor Verbanovich.
I'll move. Or Councillor Gazzola is moving. That's fine.
Okay. Can you press? Just hang on a second.
No.
Now start
I thought
over
we should extend his year first and then do this. That's what I.
Actually, you're right, because there was, we'd have to waive the extension, the length of term, so you're absolutely
And I was
correct.
going to move that.
There's a first motion to extend the maximum term for Marcus Shantz by 1 year. Do we need a seconder on this one in the nominating committee? Yes, so a seconder for that, Councillor Ioannidis. Those in favor of that motion alone, to extend the term? Opposed? That's carried. Okay, now the nominations. Councillor Gazzola, were you bringing forward Councillor... okay, and therefore Councillor Gazzola is nominating Marcus Shantz and Sandra Delamere. And yes. Okay. Seconded. Go ahead, Christine.
You already granted the extension to Marcus Shantz, so you're just looking at Sandra Delamere at this point?
No, I think that we just we're waiving the.
You're just waiving. Oh,
yeah.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So, commentary on any of those three? Okay. I would just note that the other nomination of Brittany Sandy, I note that she has just recently moved to Kitchener-Sier on a master's degree in public service. I would suggest that some greater knowledge of the community would be beneficial. Okay, so we're voting for two. Brittany Sandy, Sandy Delamere, Marcus Shantz. Yes, two.
Etherington votes for Delamere and Shantz. Yanetsky, Shantz, and Delamere. Glenn Graham, Delamere, Shantz. Gazzola, Shantz, Delamere. Ioannidis, Delamere, Shantz. Zaire, Delamere, Shantz. Fernandez, Sandy, Shantz. Singh.
Sorry, I didn't catch it.
Fernandez, Sandy, Shantz.
Okay, thank you.
Singh, Delamere, Shantz. Verbanovic, Delamere, Shantz. Galloway Sealock, Shantz, Delamere. Davy, Shantz, Delamere.
Okay. And then ratification of the two board appointments for Carol Lehman and Bruce Gordon. Motion. Councillor Davy, Councillor Urbanovich. Those in favor? Opposed? That is carried. Kitchener Housing, Inc. Here again, we go by, there's a term of number of years. So the recommendation from Kitchener Housing is for Bob McCall to be returned for a second term, and also their nominating committee and board have selected Lisa Keys. as the additional person. Councillor Glenn Graham.
Sorry, I'm
Okay. Someone prepared to move those two? Councillor Davey, seconded by Councillor Urbanovich. Any further nominees? Those in favor? Opposed? That's carried. Kitchener Power Corp. Councillor Singh.
Yeah, I'll nominate.
There are two. We're doing two here.
So
Okay.
can I nominate both?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, I'll nominate Councillor Ioannidis and Councillor Urbanovich.
Okay. Councillor Glenn Graham.
I nominate Councillor Gazzola.
Any other nominations? Seeing none, we are voting for two for the Kitchener Power Corp Board. Two, yeah. Yes. Pardon? There's three nominees, Ioannidis, Urbanovich, and Gazzola. Yeah, there's no plunking of ballots here. Sorry? Oh, hang on a second. Everybody's got to be here. Hmm? No, everybody's got to be here, so where is it? Because that's the way we do it.
Councillor Ioannidis votes for Ioannidis and Urbanovic. Yanetsky, Gazzola, Urbanovic. Fernandez, Gazzola, Urbanovic. Glenn Graham, Gazzola, Ioannidis. Zaire, Ioannidis, Urbanovic. Singh, Urbanovic, Ioannidis. Etherington, Urbanovic, Ioannidis. Urbanovic, Ioannidis, Urbanovic. Davey, Urbanovic, Ioannidis. Galloway Seelock, Ioannidis, Urbanovic. Gazzola, Gazzola, Ioannidis.
Okay, that's Ioannidis and Urbanovic. Kitchener Public Library Board, we also have a letter from that board. I'm sorry? Oh, I'm sorry, yes, the Kitchener Hydro, Kitchener Power Corp, you're absolutely correct. That's the Rod Getz and Mark Jackson, and this is the rotation. Rod Getz's term will be expiring at the end of this coming year, and Mark would be, I think, the following year. So it's been moved by Councillor Davey, seconded by Councillor Ioannidis. Those in favor? Opposed? That's carried. Now the Kitchener Public Library Board. Is there just one to be considered for the library board, for the vacancy? Okay. This is a vacancy. Councillor Verbanovic.
I'll move the recommendation from the board, John Shuchuk.
Councillor Fernandez.
I move Lorraine Beatty. She has been working at the library at the university for many years. That's number 43.
Okay.
26 years at the University of Waterloo.
All right. 43, you said?
Yeah.
There are no others, so we will vote for one, John Shuchuk or Lorraine Beatty.
Councillor Singh votes for Beatty. Etherington, Shuchuk. Ioannidis, Shuchuk. Glenn Graham, Beatty. Gazzola, Beatty. Fernandez, Beatty. Yanetsky, Beatty. Zaire, Shuchuk. Galloway, Seelock, Shuchuk. Davy, Beatty. Verbanovic, Shuchuk.
Okay, the successful candidate is Lorraine Beatty. How do you spell that? B-E-A-T-T-I-E? Yeah, okay. Yep. Okay, Kitchener Public, Kitchener Waterloo Art Gallery. One appointee, Councillor Verbanovic.
I'll move Councillor Etherington.
Councillor Gazzola.
I move Councillor Yanetsky.
Okay, there are no other nominations.
Art Gallery.
Voting for one for the Art Gallery.
Councillor Singh votes for Etherington. Yanetsky for Yanetsky. Glenn Graham, Yanetsky. Gazzola, Yanetsky. Ioannidis, Etherington. Fernandez, Yanetsky. Zaire, Etherington. Galloway Seelock, Etherington. Davy, Etherington. Verbanovic, Etherington, Etherington, Etherington.
Okay. Frank Etherington. Court of Revision. motion or nomination? Councillor Urbanovich?
I'll move Councillors Glenn Graham and Yanetsky.
Any further nominations? Okay. We'll take one vote at the end for all of these, so there's no vote necessary then. There are no other nominations. Grand River Accessibility Advisory Committee, or GRAC. Councillor Galloway Seelock.
I nominate Councillor Verbanovich.
Councillor Gazzola.
I nominate Councillor Dan Glenn Graham.
There are no other nominations. One to be appointed.
Councillor Etherington votes for Verbanovic. Davy Verbanovic. Yanetsky Glenn Graham. Gazzola Glenn Graham. Glenn Graham Glenn Graham. Ioannidis Verbanovic. Fernandez Glenn Graham. Zaire Verbanovic. Galloway Seelock Verbanovic. Verbanovic. Singh Verbanovic.
Okay, that's Urbanovic. Grand River Hospital Board of Trustees, Councillor Singh.
Yeah, I'll move Councillor Urbanovich.
Other nominations? Councillor Urbanovich has been nominated. Councillor Fernandez.
I move Councillor Gazzola.
Councillor Gazzola.
No, I will withdraw because I have served on that board already for about 8 years.
Okay. Go ahead.
I'd like to nominate Councillor Yanetsky.
Sorry, I can't hear
Councillor Yanetsky.
you. Thank you. There are no further nominations, so Grand River Hospital, one to be appointed. Getting your exercise, Linda? Getting your exercise.
Councillor Singh votes for Verbanovic. Etherington Verbanovic. Yanetsky Verbanovic. Gazzola Yanetsky. Glenn Graham Yanetsky. Ioannidis Verbanovic. Fernandez Yanetsky. Zaire Verbanovic. Galloway Seelock Verbanovic. Davy Verbanovic. Verbanovic.
Homer Watson House Foundation. Councillor Verbanovic.
I'll move Councillor Fernandez.
Councillor Yanetsky.
Oh, sir.
She's been nominated.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear it.
Okay. Councillor Fernandez.
Just a quick correction, it's, the meeting is on Tuesdays and not on Thursdays.
Not Thursdays?
Yeah.
Okay. Councillor Gazzola.
I nominate Councillor Urbanovic.
Any other nominations? Seeing none. Councillor Fernandez. Horticultural Society, nominations. Councillor Singh.
Yeah, I'll nominate Councillor Glenn Graham.
Councillor Net? No. Okay. Any further nominations? Okay. It's Councillor Glenn Graham. Here, a natural area. I don't think that this committee has been active. However, we still have the Huron Natural Area structure, and therefore we need to have appointments to this. Each year we say it. There may be some winding up of these things. Nominations. Councillor Ioannidis.
I nominate Councillor Singh.
Councillor Yanetsky.
I nominate Councillor Fernandez.
Councillor Singh.
I'll nominate Councillor Galloway Seelock.
Galloway Seelock.
It's 2 appointments, right?
Councillor Fernandez.
I'd like to nominate Councillor Gazzola.
Okay. Sorry? Declining? Okay. So there are 4 for 2 positions. Councillor Singh, Fernandez, Galloway Seelock, and Gazzola.
Councillor Singh votes for Galloway, Seelock, and Singh. Etherington, Singh, Galloway, Seelock. Galloway, Seelock, Galloway, Seelock, Singh. Davy, Singh, Galloway, Seelock. Zaire, Gazzola, Galloway, Seelock. Gazzola, Fernandez, Gazzola. Glenn Graham, Fernandez, Gazzola. Ioannidis, Singh, Galloway, Seelock. Yanetsky, Fernandez, Gazzola. Fernandez, Gazzola. Verbanovic, Singh, Galloway, Seelock.
Okay, the successful are Councillor Singh and Galloway Seelock. Multicultural Centre, Councillor Ioannidis.
Did I press something?
You didn't mean to?
No.
Councillor Verbanovic?
I'll move Councillor Glenn Graham.
Okay. Any others? Don't see any. So it's Councillor Glenn Graham. Oktoberfest, Councillor Ioannidis.
I'll move Councillor Verbanovic.
Councillor Fernandez.
I'll move Councillor Glenn Graham.
Councillor Verbanovich.
I'll move Councillor Ioannidis and remove myself.
Councillor Glenn Graham.
I'll nominate Councillor Gazzola and remove myself.
Councillor Yanetsky.
I nominate Councillor Fernandez.
There are no further nominations. We have 3 remaining candidates for 2. Councillors Ioannidis, Gazzola, and Fernandez.
Councillor Galloway Seelock votes for Ioannidis and Gazzola. Davy, Gazzola, and Fernandez. Verbanovic, Ioannidis, and Fernandez. Gazzola, Fernandez, Gazzola. Yanetsky, Fernandez, Gazzola. Fernandez, Gazzola, Fernandez. Ioannidis, Gazzola. Zaire, Ioannidis, Gazzola. Etherington, Ioannidis, Glenn Graham.
Nope. Glenn Graham is no longer on. It's Ioannidis, Gazzola, or Fernandez.
Etherington, Ioannidis, Gazzola. Singh, Ioannidis, Fernandez. Glenn Graham, Fernandez, Gazzola.
I think my count would have Councillors Gazzola and Fernandez. Is that correct? No, it's close. Is that correct? I'm waiting for a word. Okay. Councillors Gazzola and Fernandez. Wilfrid Laurier University Board of Governors. Nominations, Councillor Verbanovich.
I'll move Councillor Singh.
Other nominations, Councillor Fernandez.
I move Councillor Dan Glenn Graham.
Seeing no others, we will have a vote between Councillor Singh and Glenn Graham.
Councillor Gazzola votes for Glenn Graham. Glenn Graham votes for Glenn Graham. Ioannidis, Singh. Yanetsky, Glenn Graham. Fernandez, Glenn Graham. Zaire, Singh. Galloway Seelock, Singh. Davy, Singh. Verbanovic, Singh. Etherington, Singh. Singh, Singh.
Okay. That is it. Now I have one resolution to appoint, catching all of those nominations, moved by Councillor Davy, seconded by Councillor Singh. Those in favour? Opposed? That's carried. And that is the conclusion of this meeting. We'll take a few moments and reconvene as the Planning and Strategic Initiative